What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our 60th anniversary Bond celebration. That's actually the 61st anniversary celebration. Um, Pat and I are doing a lot of Bond content here. We're gonna have a couple of guests come on. We're gonna have a guest come on when we rank the villains, and probably for title sequences, pre-title, whatever we want to do. But today we're going to be talking about our top 10 favorite James Bond gadgets. Pat, how are you today?
I'm great. Very excited to talk about this. There's a lot of good gadgets, and we're specifically doing ones, correct, that just Bond uses.
Um, I would say because I think the way I have it on here because I have one from License to Kill that he doesn't use, so I think I did ones that he uses or was assigned to use.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, which I think
So
is
we could do a separate, there's enough villain gadgets, I'm sure we could do a
yeah,
villain
yeah.
weapon.
Are we counting gadgets on the cars too?
No, I mean, I think the
Oh, I
car should
didn't. I didn't. I because I think that kind of just counts as like the cars itself, you know.
yeah.
So yeah. So these are going to be our top 10. I'll let you start. Let's do it this way just to speed things up.
Yep.
Let's do. So I'll start with you. So let's do your 10 through 6, and then I'll
Okay.
do my 10 through 6.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So
what?
I actually have an honorable mention.
Okay, I don't have any. So
I had to.
okay,
Uh,
what's your honorable
the,
mentions?
the safe cracker from On Her Majesty's Secret Service, where
Oh,
he sneaks
see.
he sneaks into that building and
Yeah, see, yeah, when he
they
has
have
to.
that huge machine that gets craned up, and it's so cumbersome and ridiculous and perfectly
It's when he breaks
1969.
into Hillary Bray's office, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
He just they place it down. He's like reading a magazine and it's taking forever to crack. But like I just love it. I think it's ridiculous and fun and stupid.
I forgot about most of the gadgets from Honor Majesty Secret Service. As you guys know from Pat's ranking video when we talked about Honor Majesty Secret Service, not a big fan of that movie. But I think when we do our vehicles video, you'll be surprised because I do have something from Honor Majesty Secret Service in there.
Okay. So my number 10, I have the camera gun sniper rifle from License to Kill.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
Gotcha. Yep.
where that's disguised as a camcorder, but he actually it turns into a sniper rifle with a palm reading thing that only
Is that when the two assassins like come at him too? Yeah.
yes, and they try to shoot him with it and it doesn't work.
Yep.
Which is eventually what Skyfall kind of uses when they have his gun be registered to his palm. It's the same thing.
Speaking of Daniel Craig movies, are any Daniel Craig gadgets on this list?
Nope.
Because he didn't use it. You know what? You might be
What was I gonna do? A radio? Radio.
you might be surprised because I have one.
Oh jeez.
Uh,
Uh, um, so yeah, that'd be my number 10. I like how the type of disguise it is. I think it's hilarious looking. I just love it. It's just
yeah,
goofy. But also he almost killed Sanchez with it, so there's
yeah, he
that.
did. There, yeah, he did.
I almost put the Dentonite toothpaste from that same movie because I love that as well.
I think you'll like what I put on for License to Kill. So yeah, I was considering the toothpaste, and I was like, no, I like this one better. So you'll see.
Number 9 might surprise you, Alex. I have the Sonic Ring from Die Another Day.
Weapon, please. One pane, unbreakable glass, one standard issue ring finger. Twist so, voila. Ultra high frequency, single digit sonic agitator unit.
um, I do have. I think I do. No, I don't have any gadgets from Die Another Day, but I do have. I do have two vehicles from Die Another Day. Oh, yeah. Because
Uh,
so if you can't tell, we're kind of filming these back to back. So yeah.
the ring is
Yeah, the one that breaks the glass.
yeah, it's like used for such a specific purpose. Like, of
But you
course,
know what? Like
he's
for
eventually on a glass floor.
and
So
for everything that's so over the top in that movie, like that's still over the top, but somehow that's not the most over the top.
yeah, yeah, it's like it's pretty ridiculous, but compared to everything else, it seems pretty normal. And I like how
Right?
kind of simple it is. Like, it's pretty easy to disguise. Like, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Um, so I put the Sonic Ring from Die Another Day at 9. My
Okay.
number 8, I have the jetpack from Thunderball,
Okay. All right.
which I what I like about it is that it actually worked. Like it was a real jetpack
Yeah.
that like could only
Awesome.
do like
Yeah. Like they like you can replicate that in real life. Unlike a lightsaber, I'm still waiting for them to replicate a lightsaber.
But no, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Thunderball as a movie, but that
Yeah, I'm
opening
not either.
sequence, I like the crescendo of that being that he just runs outside, straps on a jetpack, puts on his helmet, and just blasts off.
Right? It's so awesome. It's
In the From Russia with Love video game, you could fly that thing around.
well, that's a big reason why it's on my list too. You get to use it in that game. Oh wait, are we counting games too, or just movies?
I did just movies, but
Yeah, I
we
did.
could.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
My number 7 is the laser watch from GoldenEye.
Okay.
Which mainly I just it's because of the GoldenEye game that it's so
Yeah.
memorable.
Yeah.
Like where you're blasting off the little squares
Yeah.
around them.
Like I didn't put it on my list only because it was like I thought it because I considered it, but I thought about it. I was like, it's not really like there's no like real emphasis on it in GoldenEye, except
I
for
mean,
the yeah. I mean, when he has to do the floor on the train, yeah. But like it's more fun in the game when you're just like you're just using your watch and you just see a laser coming out of it. I'm like that's cooler, you know. So I was like if I'm gonna put it on there, it's gonna be because of the game. So that's kind. I left it off honestly. So I love it, but I just felt that that was an unfair advantage, you know.
and my number 6 is the cell phone from Tomorrow Never Dies because it has so many different functions. And it was 1997, and that gadget predicted that all of our stuff was going to be on our phones. So, like, it's got like a taser, it's got like a fingerprint thing, it controls the car. It's an amazing gadget, and it's all in one, just like we have on our iPhones.
So so I'll get into my list because my number 10 might please you. It's that
Yeah.
yeah. Mostly when he's using it to remote control the BMW.
Mhm.
That's when I love it. That's when I think it's at its best. Because Bond's just having fun with it. He's in the back seat. He's just like, like that. Like the fact that you can control a car with a touchpad, that will
Yeah.
probably be a thing in like 20 years. It's amazing.
If even.
My number 9, you might laugh at this. The compressed air pellet from Live and Let Die.
I almost put that. I almost put the shark gun with air pellets.
Mostly because of the shitty special effect. But like the fact that Bond thought that that was an actual like good idea and it worked, you know, like that's what put it on the list for me.
I also like when it gets shot into the couch and then the couch like inflates and like eats Whisper.
My number 8, it might be a little too low for you and maybe a lot of people. But I have the Attache case from Russia with Love. It's got a lot of cool things in it. Like you have the knife that comes out of it. I forget what else comes out of it because from Russia with Love's kind of blanking on me right now.
Oh, so it's got the gold sovereigns.
That's right.
It's got the whole rigging where if you don't do the thing correctly, it'll blow up in your face.
Right. That's right. Yep. Yeah, it's just one of those classic gadgets that I think really gets overlooked in the modern era. Like I feel like when you talk about gadgets, the Attache case where it has so many different components to it, I think people just kind of brush it to the side. They're like, "No, that's like old, you know, like there's just it's not like as like extravagant as like a laser watch or An
I
exploding
think I
pen.
think that's exactly right. I think it's just not as flashy as some of the other gadgets.
Yeah. 7 might shock you, and you might hate me for this. I have the exploding watch from Spectre.
You say something?
Tempest, you did.
What?
Tempest. I can't hear you, James.
I said, doesn't time fly?
From Spectre. I don't even remember an exploding watch in Spectre.
It's when Bond's tied to the chair, and and then he puts the watch in Madeline's hand, and then she throws the watch, and it blows up. Yeah, I was like, I wanted to put one Craig gadget on here, and I was like, that's probably the best one.
That was a pity choice.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, that's probably the best one because none of the other gadgets he uses, unless if he's using the DB5 and No Time to Die, that's really the only time he gets to use gadgets, really. And like the EMP watch and No Time to Die, I'm like, no, that doesn't count.
Radio.
Exactly. My number 6 is the Moonraker laser from Moonraker.
Nice, nice.
I guess my argument about the nostalgia factor, like why I didn't put the laser watch from GoldenEye on here, is kind of moot point now because the Moonraker laser is on here because of GoldenEye. But like it was fun though, just watching not only Bond use it, but like others use it. Like as dumb as that space battle is, it was cool to see like Hugh like developing like an actual like laser to use in space because he knew Bond's mission was going into space, and then when you just see it like vaporize like that dummy, I love it. It's amazing. All right, so what's your number 5 through 1?
My number 5 is the attaché case from Rush with Love. For a lot of the same reasons you said. I love that movie specifically for the kind of subterfuge espionage aspect of it. So the fact Bond is going around with this briefcase that you can pull out a little knife out of it. You have these gold sovereigns just in case you need to like bribe someone or if you need to pay for something. It has like the foldable like sniper rifle inside of it
That's
too.
right. That's right. I forgot about that too.
And I love the way it's utilized with the rigging where Red Grant, doesn't know and it blows up in his face. So I love that type of stuff. So that's a big one for me. Like you said, it's not quite as extravagant as some other gadgets, but I think it's pretty cool.
Okay. Okay.
My number 4 is the keychain from the Living Daylights. Where I just love that it has so many different functions. I love that it comes with the key that can unlock like most doors in the world. It's got the different whistles you can do. One is stun, the other one's explosion. The fact he uses it to like explode the bust onto Brad Whitaker, and I even like the way it's used as like at the end when he has it with Kara, it's used as like a way to just a fun little emotional beat.
Yeah, that's kind of what I remember it as. Yeah.
It's cool. It's a cool. I like when gadgets have multiple functions like that.
Yeah.
So that one's definitely up there for me.
Okay.
The third one I have is the magnetic watch from Live and Let Die.
Oh yeah, I forget. Because I was sifting through. I was like, which ones from Live and Let Die are there? Like I didn't remember any, and then I forgot about the magnetic watch.
The magnetic
I'm
watch,
supposed to be the expert here.
I really like the magnetic watch because it fails. Like he uses it to try to get out of the crocodile farm.
That's right.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, because he tries to use it for the boat, right?
Yep. Then it's tied to the thing, and they use it even in like goofy ways in typical Roger Moore fashion, where he's like unzipping the woman's dress with it.
Such a delicate touch.
Sheer magnetism, darling.
And then he uses it. It's what gets him the pellet at the end to then stick into Kananga's mouth. So, I mean, like I said, I like when gadgets can be used like that. They can be used for all sorts of different things. And especially it's cool that he tries to use it and it doesn't work. Like, I really like that. Yeah. And then my number 2, the exploding pad from GoldenEye.
Wait, did you do 3? Was that 3?
That was 3, yeah.
Okay. All right.
The exploding pen from GoldenEye is number 2.
Oh, you're gonna love where my placement for that is.
I think it's awesome. I think it's fun. It's memorable. I especially like that it's used in a scene that's so intense, and that a pen can create such like suspense and tension between, where he's just spinning it around, and Bond's counting the clicks. Like I love all that. He's lucky. He's lucky that there was a henchman that is just obsessed with clicking pens all the time.
I know. and he was lucky that when he first entered the control room, there were guards shooting at him, and they shot up the fuel tanks.
Yeah, but yeah, I like the exploding pen a lot, and I like even just like Q referencing it in Skyfall. I think that's fun.
Tell it now! Give me the cards, Natalia! Give them to me!
Yeah.
My number 1 is a pretty vague gadget. It's not one of the ones people talk about.
Not a flashy one.
Not really a flashy one. I'm more of an espionage spy type guy. And it's simple. I like the simplicity. That is going to be the tuxedo from The Living Daylights. When he goes to shoot the sniper, that turns out to be Kara, he walks into the room, he's wearing his tuxedo, and then he just like pulls up his collar and then like velcros the collar over, and all of a sudden in like a few moves, the tuxedo turns into like an all black stealth getup. And it's just cool. It's like, that's so cool. I want one where you could just be at like a gala, and then you go into another room and you just, strap on the pull the thing apart. It's cool. Like, go look at the GIF. I looked up the GIF. It's so cool. It's so simple. But it also leads to him wielding that ridiculously huge sniper rifle in that scene. So
Yeah.
but I just love it. I love the simplicity of stuff like that, where it's just cool spy shit.
Got a lot of Living Daylights stuff on here, huh?
I do. Living Daylights is amazing.
All right. So you ready? You ready for me to blow your mind? No,
Yes.
I mean, I think you were kind of mind blown when I put the exploding watch from Spectre on there. So,
Yeah.
all right. So my number 5 is from License to Kill. It's the X-ray laser camera.
Yes. Yep.
I just love what it's like supposed to be used for. Like how there's like that hole in the wall, and then the what's her name? Pam uses it. She's like, "Oh, what does this thing do?" And then Q's like, "Don't touch that." It was an even bigger hole in the wall.
Yeah.
And then like the picture comes out, and you see what is it like? They're skeletons or something with the picture.
Skeletons, yeah.
It's amazing. I love it. Number 4 is the jetpack from Thunderball. I think it was a good way to cap off that pre-title sequence, which was a solid pre-title sequence and an otherwise movie. I mean, a movie that's really gone downhill for me over the years. It's just cool to see, yeah, like you said, like see Bond put the helmet on and just him use the jetpack to go skyrocketing up. That was cool. Number 3 is gonna piss you off because it's the bubble jacket from The World Is Not Enough.
What? Why? How is that number 3?
Because it's cool, man. Okay.
No, it's from World's Not Enough, so you're like, it's automatically a
Hey, I put one from Tomorrow Never Dies on here, okay?
Yeah, as it should be on here.
No, the bubble jacket, like it's like what if you are in that exact situation as Bond? What if there's an avalanche?
Bond
What if
and
you need to
avalanche.
protect yourself? You just wrap up in a bubble.
But what if I'm being
I
chased
love-
by
I love
flying
when-
snowmobiles?
I love when R uses it too, because then he just gets like, just pull the tag. So that's funny. My next 2 are from GoldenEye. My number 2 is the belt rappel that when he shoots in the archives to go out the window, and it's like dan dan. I just love when he shoots it. Like, I love the expression on Bond's face where he's like, "This is the perfect time to use this." He shoots it, swings into the guy, swings out the window, breaks the glass, and onto the tank. Great one. My number one, you know what my number one is? It's also from GoldenEye. Slappers only. I'm just kidding. No, my number one is the exploding pen.
Yeah.
Like I said, I mean, there's so much intensity, like just Bond calculating how many clicks Boris is doing with the pen, because Bond is the only one that knows that pen explodes. I'm pretty sure. I don't think Trevelyan knows.
No, not true. I think because I always assume that it's like a new gadget.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Trevelyan's not aware of it.
I've always assumed that was something that Trevelyan didn't know about.
Yeah.
But like Bond giving like those concerned looks, like how many clicks, like
Yeah, just
every
trying
time,
to keep
like
up.
it's the gadget that's used in the most intense situations, and it's the one when in use that builds the most suspense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the big crescendo of that scene is like Boris like waving it in Natalia's hand, and then that
Give me the codes, Natalia! Give them to me!
and then that's when Bond flicks it. That's when Bond knows. I love that. That's the moment when Bond knows.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, exploding pen, number one for me.
Oh,
All right. All right. So that's going to conclude our top 10 gadgets from the Bond series. I'm pretty sure my number 3 ruffled Pat's feathers.
I just don't get it.
Yeah. So Pat, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at this Pat Guy. Also, my YouTube channel Agamotto. Also, Alex and I got something big we're cooking up, but I'm not going to announce it quite yet.
Yeah, we're not ready to announce it yet. So, all right. My name was Alex. That was Pat. We'll see you at the movies somewhere.